We ran and ran and ran. We didn't stop until we reached another exit, another building, another hallway.
In this world, not everything that happens is ever explained. There are moments, incidents, encounters that are experienced but never understood. Stories shared in fragments, buried in forums, forgotten by time, or ignored because they don't make sense. But what if they do? What you're about to hear is not just a story. It is inspired by real encounters, reconstructed, reimagined, and brought to life with cinematic narration and sound. Not to prove anything, but to make you feel what they might have felt. Because sometimes the truth isn't clear, but the fear is. This is the Enigma Files. File number 01.
I grew up in a small town in upstate New York. The kind of place where everyone knows what used to stand before something new replaces it. A few miles outside town, there was an abandoned psychiatric facility, Black Ridge State Hospital. By the time I was old enough to care, most of it had already been shut down for years. People said parts of it were condemned after structural damage. Others said it was because of things they couldn't explain. I didn't believe any of that. I just saw it as another forgotten place, waiting to be explored. It was late July when I finally decided to go in. I wasn't alone. My cousin Daniel came with me. He wasn't exactly thrilled, but he didn't want me going in by myself either.
This place already feels wrong, and we're not even inside yet.
You'll be fine. It's just an empty building. The walk up to the hospital was strange. No wind, no insects, no sound at all. Just our footsteps pushing through dry grass. We found an opening along the side. A broken window, just wide enough to climb through. The second I stepped inside, the temperature dropped. Not slightly, drastically. Daniel questioned.
Why is it so cold in here?
I didn't answer, because I didn't have one. We ended up in what used to be an indoor therapy pool. Empty, except for patches of dark water that didn't reflect our light properly, like it was swallowing it. We moved deeper inside. Hallways stretched longer than they should have, doors slightly open, rooms untouched, beds still in place, cabinets rusted shut, like everyone had just left mid-sentence. Then we found the records room. Boxes everywhere. Files stacked, scattered, some still open. I picked one up. Patient logs, photographs, handwritten notes. One of them had the words, "Do not move below level 3. Daniel said.
Yeah, we're not going down there.
We did anyway. The stairwell to the lower level was narrow, concrete, damp. And the deeper we went, the quieter everything became. At the bottom, we didn't find a basement. We found a tunnel. Long, straight, endless. We walked for what felt like minutes, maybe longer. That's when Daniel stopped, and he asked,
Do you hear that?
I didn't at first. Then I did. Footsteps behind us, matching ours perfectly. Every time we stopped, it stopped. We didn't run. I don't know why, we just kept walking until we reached another staircase. This one led down again, but it was flooded. Completely still water, perfectly level, like it had been measured, like it was meant to block something. I don't know how long we stood there, staring into it. It felt like it wanted us to come closer. Daniel said,
We need to leave. Now!
We turned around, and this time, the footsteps didn't stop. They kept coming, right behind us. We ran and ran and ran. We didn't stop until we reached another exit, another building, another hallway. That's when I saw it. A stain on the floor, dark, dried, wide enough to stop me in my tracks. And right next to it, drag marks. That's when we got out. We didn't talk about it much after that. Daniel claimed the footsteps were real. I told myself they weren't. But that wasn't the part that stayed with me. It started a few nights later. I was asleep in my room, or I thought I was. I couldn't move. My body was locked, my voice gone. Sleep paralysis. But it felt different. I turned toward the wall, trying to block everything out. I pulled the blanket over my head, and then something pulled it back. My leg was exposed. I tried to move it. I couldn't. Then I felt it. Fingers wrapping around my ankle, lifting it, not pulling me, just holding it there, like it was testing if I was real. I couldn't scream. I couldn't move. The only thing I could do was think. And I kept repeating one thing in my head, over and over. And suddenly, it let go. My leg dropped back onto the bed, just like that. I didn't turn around. I didn't look. I just stayed there until morning. When I finally checked, there were marks on my ankle. Bruises. Finger-shaped. still now sometimes when I'm lying awake at night. I feel that same cold, and I remember we never checked what was beneath that flooded staircase, and something might have followed us out.
And so, the place still stands, abandoned, forgotten, but not entirely empty. What they found beneath it was never meant to be uncovered, and perhaps never meant to be left behind. For the true horror was not the building, nor the darkness hidden beneath it. It was what followed them into the world outside. Something unseen, something that does not need to be invited. The Enigma files are not just stories. They are fragments of things experienced but never understood, and sometimes never truly left behind. This was File 01, the Enigma files, inspired by real encounters, retold as they might have been lived. If you've experienced something you cannot explain, something that stayed with you, you can share your story to the Enigma renderings at gmail.com. It may become one of the next files. The Enigma files continues. Until next time, listen carefully. And if you ever find yourself standing at the edge of something unknown, don't assume it ends where you can see.